Obie and I came back to camp that night after Keith was gone, we felt like we had won, because this is what we wanted to do. Whenever we joined with each other in alliance, this is what we wanted to do. We wanted to make it to the last two, and that was winning for me.
We saw the sweet motherly Tina out there, and we saw the one who was described as, by someone in this crowd as ruthless. Which is the real Tina?
In the middle. Middle of both. Gotta have a good balance in life.
And that's what got you the million.
Lot of luck. Got a million.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It is the cradle of civilization, the birthplace of humanity. This is Africa. And soon 16 strangers will embark on the greatest adventure of their lives. They will voluntarily be stranded in this land of stunning beauty, incredible vistas, and breathtaking scenery. But don't be fooled. It is also a land of inherent dangers, filled with exotic and deadly animals. But it is not impossible to thrive out here. The Maasai have survived for centuries by simply learning to adapt to their environment. By becoming one with the land, they have learned to live in one of the most hostile settings on Earth. How will these 16 new survivors fare in this dangerous wilderness? And more importantly, how will they survive each other? The continent may have changed, but the game is still the same. Outwit, outplay, outlast, until only one remains and emerges as the sole survivor.
The end.
Oh my God.
Where's the remote? Oh, it's back here. That's weird. This the
I would pay my
special,
last penny to
yeah.
do it again.
Serious?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a rare logo. It says it's a rare and now the special presentation. That's kind of odd.
That I'm surprised I stayed 4 hours. Actually.
But how do you not get a vote cast against you? I mean, do you say nothing?
The early show.
Try to be friendly to everyone? Or
I
try to
think
appreciate yourself? What?
Actually, I think
Jeff
there's probably several different ways that
Varner.
I get a vote cast against you. There's somebody at Kucha doing a little bit of work.
Jeff
We knew that Jeff
Varner,
was going, we
former
knew that Kimmy was
Survivor
going. Somebody
constant.
at Kucha was convincing them to vote for me
Contestant.
when they clearly knew everybody was voting for them.
And
I'd like to know who that was.
do you? Do you have any ideas?
I know exactly who it is.
You do. And
I'm not telling you.
how did you stay up on that
Tissue.
trunk for as long as you did without going to the bathroom, to the
Oh.
facilities?
Sorry, Daddy,
Actually,
the
no,
tissues
I
are
think that
sold
crossed
out.
my mind.
Jeff Varner,
We played
former
games, we played board games,
Survivor
we advertised the 50
contestant.
states, we sang songs. The time passed fairly quickly till the food started coming out. And it's like, you know, we craved food, we talked about food, we fantasized about food every day, and all of the things that we talked about wanting started to appear with Jeff. So they knew what they were doing.
Hey guys, a little peanut butter, chocolate.
That one bite of peanut butter is better than any of the wine and cheese back in.
Shut up.
Come on over to the dark side, Joe.
If you don't think you can outstand us, then I would go, because you're not going to get that later.
if y'all gonna let me off though. Now see, you hear that, Joe? What? Look at these women. They're bound and determined.
One for Jeff. That's 5. Look at that. One for Colby. Now what happens? The rules state we go to votes cast in previous tribal councils. Colby, how many votes have you had cast against you? 0. Jeff.
1 that I know of.
Enough. You need to bring me your torch.
We talk to all the people who get voted off, but we never really talk about how it feels to sit there and watch this thing, especially when it's your night.
Yeah, it's every Thursday night. Alicia and I watch all the shows together because we live here in Manhattan, and every Thursday night at about 7:30, our blood pressure raises, our heart starts beating, our breathing gets a little erratic.
Because you don't know how they edit it.
Absolutely
Alicia,
not, and I know what I
personal
said, and I know
trainer.
what I did, so it's like, what in the world's coming out of my mouth tonight? And it's a little nerve-wracking. And there have been several times that I've wanted to crawl under the coffee table when I started talking.
Really? Why? You think you sounded what?
Just, I played the game hard, and I didn't want to make any waves. I didn't want to cause any trouble for my tribe. I wanted to make sure that there was peace. I didn't want anybody to vote for me, which I succeeded in doing. But I told the producers before the game began that, we weren't going to have food, we weren't going to have sleep. I know how I am. I can get very cranky. So I put the face onto the tribe, went into the woods, and purged. It was therapeutic. I just wasn't quite sure
Jeff
how it was going to
Varner,
be played out. I knew
former
that anybody that walked in the
Survivor
door playing like Richard
contestant.
Hatch was a target. And I knew that there would be multiple alliances. So I did want to be a leader. I did want to be in an alliance. And I hoped to lead and somewhat control the voting, but I didn't want to appear to be the leader of an alliance.
But it obviously got away from you.
No, I don't think it did at all. Yeah.
You're sitting
I don't
here.
think it did. Well, I'm sitting here as a victim of circumstance. Had Mike Skupin not gotten hurt last week, Jane would be talking to Colby. Which
Michael.
No way.
I know it.
You really think so, huh?
I know so. Absolutely. I have every confidence that I would have kept going and potentially won.
Now for Alicia Callaway.
I would do it again in a second. Yeah.
What would you do different?
Probably not allow myself to get upset. Anything that separates you from everyone else, even if it's something you think is right, it turns out to be a problem. You can't hide physical strength, and I knew I was going to be a threat to people.
You knew the women were intimidated by you, but did you think that the men were?
No, I didn't. I kind of like that.
Alicia Callaway.
That's our biggest threat by far. She's got the guns, and she outstrengthens even the men.
Just hang in there and do your best, kiddo.
I think I went out the best way possible. Everybody was very respectful to me. Kobe even handed me my torch as I walked out.
Votes for Alicia, and girl, you're strong inside and out, and that's the main reason why I have to vote for you, because you're threatening. So this is a respect vote, and I'm gonna miss you a lot.
What did you think of the immunity challenge?
Ouch.
Oh man, it stunk.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know what? It was luck of the draw. There
Where you
really
going?
was, depending on what lineup you were in, would determine.
It's not over
you know,
yet. We
where
haven't finished the
where
show.
You stood as far as getting to put those ropes up and getting the run going.
Okay.
And Kobe started the run, and then Elizabeth and I, and a lot of Kucha was in the middle of the lineup.
Alicia
And
Callaway,
that's us,
former
it was over.
Survivor
The
castaway.
reward challenge
Right.
with the boomerang
Right.
was pretty cool.
That was cool. It was definitely, that's very hard.
And what some people may not know is that you had some experience in it, because let's show a piece of your audition tape.
Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, I knew this was going to come up. Darn. I got him. All right, so,
Well, looks like all my hard work and training is paid off. The rumors on the Barbie, and I'll never be more prepared than I am.
oh my gosh. All righty then.
Whose decision was it on your side to go after Jerry?
You know, we actually decided that before the merge. We sat down when Mike got hurt, and we knew that we had to do some thinking here. What are we going to do? It's even Steven. I mean, we had them. We had them before Mike got hurt, and we knew it. And then all of a sudden, everything shifted. And we sat down and said, okay, what are we going to do? Who are we going to vote for? Things are going to start happening fast. We may not get a lot of time to talk to each other. Let's decide this now.
And that's what we did, and we decided Colby and Jerry seemed to be the two strongest people from where our standpoint was, because we only saw them in challenges, and we need to take care of them first.
Colby,
and,
custom auto
Fred
designer.
and kept saying, we're going with Jerry, right? That was our second choice, and we just kept going, you know, as we agreed in the beginning. I didn't think I would be arguing with Kimmy.
Complete with the head bob and the finger. That's
Oh, you know what? The finger doesn't work without the head. Let's get that straight, okay? All right. People keep saying I'm a great finger waver, but it's the neck shake that makes it.
Anyway, the neck shake sold it.
It sold. It did, right? It was convincing. I was not happy. But, you know, Mike getting hurt. Just, there were so many things that came into this that were out of control.
Jeff was here last week.
Yeah.
He said the two of you have grown close.
Yeah,
that you were watching last week when he was bounced.
Yes,
Did you watch last night when you were bounced?
I watched Jeff's in L.A.
Jeff
doing a few things,
interview
but,
project.
Sorry, everyone. And told them that I was going to be in Connecticut, I was going to be here, I was going to be there, and I sat
And
by
finish
myself and
my
watched it.
speech.
You wanted to watch alone?
Yeah. Yep. I wanted to just take it all in with no distractions, and I was perfectly fine with it. I think it was fine.
What did it feel like?
You know, I knew it was coming. The only thing is I wanted to see what people were saying about me. I wanted to see the ultimate reason why they decided to vote me off, and respect is definitely the best thing I can think of.
Jerry Matthew.
So, I mean, this has been a huge adjustment.
Jerry
for me
Matthew.
to overnight become hated by all of America. I just went through the adventure of a lifetime, and I've made some lifelong friends through the experience. There were definitely certain people who had personalities that clashed.
Is Jerry as bad as she seems?
No. Jerry is an amazing person. This game just brought out the worst in her, 100%.
I didn't feel like I was being overly obnoxious. I mean, I definitely had moments where the hunger and the lack of sleep got to me, but never in a million years would I have guessed that it would be pieced together where all those moments were one big moment.
What were those moments mostly?
The truth is, with the whole beef jerky incident,
Cal, United
he was
States
gone long
Army
before that
Resource
even
Officer.
happened. On the way hiking to our camp, Kel, because he's in the military, I guess is used to barking orders at people, and he was literally barking orders at us and telling us when to stop and when to drink water, and okay, you know, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and immediately everybody was looking at him like, who is this guy? So when the beef jerky thing came up, that was immediately assumed by everyone to be the reason why.
Kel is a liar and a cheat. All right, talk to me about Colby.
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 You saw him a couple of days ago.
Colby,
I did.
custom
I saw him 2
audio
nights ago at the
designer.
Eco Challenge screening. It was the first time we'd seen each other since the Outback.
Jerry Matthew.
Very friendly. It's when you step outside of the game, things are a little bit different. You know, it's not stressful, obviously, and we've all eaten some food, so it's a little more relaxed.
First, you started with him, sort of flirting with him. Was that your way to try to get him on your side, on your team, in your alliance?
I think it was a little bit strategy, and also just, I mean, he's an attractive guy.
Do you blame him for stirring up the animosity toward you?
Ooh. To be honest, I don't know if Colby was really the center of the animosity. I think it was more Keith that was feeling the wrath of what had happened earlier.
Well, let's talk about Keith, the man who can't make rice.
Keith, chief and
That doesn't make any
restaurateur.
sense to me. He's a gourmet chef. Why can't he make rice?
Was it that bad?
It was horrible. It was horrible. What he was doing was he was making it in his paella pan. And I understand that he was probably doing that to create some sort of need for him to be there. Above anyone else, I was just as excited to have a chef on my team. I was like, great, we're going to have a chef. He's been in the Outback. He was the whole way there talking about all these gourmet meals he was going to make. I was excited.
Was it poor strategy, though, to alienate him in that way? And Tina, too, because she jumped on to defend him.
Well, in retrospect, I should have probably bit my tongue a little bit more than I did. But, that's just the kind of person I am. If I have issues with someone, I don't have any qualms about bringing it to the surface.
When you walk down the street, do people say evil things to you or anything like that?
No, actually, people are very supportive, and I've had no one say anything negative to me at all on the street.
Because it's just a game, right?
Exactly.
After all, it's just a game.
Exactly. It's a game.
Nick Brown.
It was my time to go, and I think they did the right thing.
But you sort of asked for it, don't you think?
Asked for it. I mean, no, I was going to play hard and try to win the immunity challenges, and, you know, if I didn't win, I thought that it was my time to go. You know, I will admit, I didn't fish. But when they showed us building the shelter, they act like I just sat there and did nothing.
Yeah, that's
They didn't show me, like, dragging, you know, big bags of sand. They didn't show me getting branches. They didn't show me helping out with that at all. I can fully admit to being lazy when it came to fishing. I was really lazy with that. But other stuff, I think it was kind of construed badly. People forget they don't show you everything, you know? They show me one clip of me sitting on the ground when we're building the shelter, and oh, Nick must have not done anything. What they don't show is me doing all these other things, so.
I was at the tribal council when Jeff asked everybody pulling their weight here?
Mhm.
It felt like he was trying to draw out your name.
I mean, I didn't pull my weight when it came to fishing. I have no problem admitting that, you know, and I was really out of the game. But I pulled my weight, I think, doing other things. And, you know, once they kind of show you as being lazy, they're going to show everything else to kind of back it up.
For me, not having food is a killer. The lack of energy and the heat,
Australian
rain, it's all
Outback.
real. And tomorrow makes a month. And a month is a long time to lay on the ground. I mean, I'm 23 years old, in pretty good athletic shape. My back is killing me. You know, I've been sick twice. Today I'm just like, oh God, please get me out of here sometime soon.
You seem like a really great guy, but you said you were tired of playing the game and that you weren't having fun anymore. So here's your ticket, buddy.
How much weight did you lose out there?
Daddy,
You seem
quiet. I'm
hunger
trying to
attack
listen to the
you
news.
more than anyone else.
Yeah, I lost about 20 pounds in 30 days.
Nick Brown,
Yeah,
former
I'm
Survivor
You go up with a lot, did
contestant.
you? I'm guessing you went in, what, 160?
No, I put on about 10 pounds before I left, so I was about 195.
You were that much, huh?
Yeah. You can see I had a little gut. But,
Yeah, when you
I
were
lost
laying
that.
on your back, we saw your ribs popping out. You looked pretty
I had a
bad.
great little six-pack. I was loving it.
Did you regain it all since you've been off the island?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I put it back on within maybe 3 weeks.
The immunity challenges saved you, didn't they?
They did. The last week, you know, I won immunity, had a great time beating the Colster. And,
Colby
the Colster,
Custom
you know, the one light
Auto
came,
Designer.
and it was a lot of fun doing that. And my hope was just to keep on winning those things. But it didn't work. I knew I was getting voted off. And I had talked with Amber and Roger before, Elizabeth and Roger before, about who they wanted to vote for. And, you know, we all knew it was going to be me. And I said, you know, let's just vote for whoever you want to vote for. And by this time, Keith was just driving me nuts. And then when he didn't bring his backpack, you know, I know Keith knew he wasn't going anywhere. But to me, at least have, you know, the grace to bring your backpack and to act like you're a team player. And I was like, all right, let me write his name down really big, you know.
That is pretty confident.
Yeah, I mean, he was right, but still, everybody else got their backpack, which made me respect them a little bit more. When the game stopped being fun for me, my motivation was gone, and I wasn't going to give up. I was going to play hard and try to win immunity.
When did it stop being fun for you? I read the first 9 days you were having a great time, and then...
Yeah, I mean, the first few days was great. You know, we were doing all this wonderful stuff, and then the loneliness sets in, the hunger sets in, and you're just like, and but your drive is to win this game, win $1 million. But it stops being fun, and for me, that really took me out of the game mentally.
Amber Bergerakic.
I was actually so relieved to get out of there. Not looking forward to sleeping on that grass wet floor. You know, it was just awful. So I'm excited.
Probably get some food too. You guys.
Heck
so,
yeah.
So
I was as soon as I got out of there, I'm like, where's the food? So
You're not
Amber
exactly a chub right now. I
Bergerakic.
mean, how much did you lose when you were out there?
well, I usually weigh probably around 115 or so, and I know when I got off, I was just about at 100. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, and for me that's a lot because, like you said, not
Yeah, I mean,
so big.
percentage-wise, that's a bunch.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to recover once you got out?
A couple of weeks.
Former
weeks.
Survivor
Yeah, just getting,
contestant.
used to the sleeping, you know, we weren't sleeping at all at night, so I wasn't even sleeping, you know, really when I got off, you know, it kept getting longer and longer and longer throughout the time. I just keep hoping that the next 3 days to come, I'm still here, and the next 3 days to come, that I'm still here.
Keith, Colby, and Tina are 3 together, and they see Amber, although she's grown a lot, they don't see that she is a strong person.
Amber's a sweet girl, but you can't get by just on flying below the radar. She never really proved to me that she could stand on her own 2 feet.
It's time for you to go. You didn't think it was your time last night. You thought it was Roger's time, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I thought I'd be going next. I had a feeling my time was coming soon.
So wait a second. So if you thought it was Roger,
Yeah.
and that your time was coming soon, how come you didn't walk on over to the other side and go to Roger and Elizabeth and go, okay, look,
Because I had...
let's the 3 of us vote as a block, and that way we can't get hurt.
I was afraid that then they would go over to other people saying I was approaching them, and they'd get rid of me even earlier.
So you didn't trust them?
No. I didn't trust them. You can't trust anybody when you're out there. That's
Did you
for sure.
trust anybody out there? It seemed like you trusted Jerry.
I did. I trusted Jerry. I did.
Which seems an odd choice, by the way, but go ahead.
Jerry's a nice girl. It's, you know, I think getting that far into the game, there were only a couple of us left, and really, I mean, it was getting to the point where any move was part of the game. Anything you did was part of the game, and you just really couldn't trust anything.
I'm wondering whether or not the hunger was such and the difficulties were such that you really didn't have much time to talk to each other about strategy, that you were busy trying to survive and rebuild the camp and everything else.
I agree. I know that, you know, just like Elizabeth said last night, getting through before it was day by day. By that last night, you know, we were just thinking about getting through minute by minute, and you were thinking about really surviving and not really thinking about the game as much.
Were you that strategic out there, do you think?
I was thinking a lot, but I had a really hard time with doing the whole backstabbing thing and lying and everything like that. It was a lot harder actually being out there than just watching it and thinking what you would do.
Was it worse in terms of the backstabbing and the duplicitous nature of everybody than you thought it would be going in? What you expected to be going in?
Well, you know what? I didn't assume anything going in. I expected the worst because I didn't want to be not prepared. But yeah, the backstabbing was pretty bad. And when you're out there, you can start to take it personally, you know, and sometimes you get caught up in the game and, you know, you don't want it to hurt your feelings, but at times it can. But now looking back at the game, you know, you just forget about it. It's all over and it's all good and fun.
Roger Bingham.
Overall, I was very well pleased. I really stayed probably a little bit longer maybe than what
Former
I
Survivor
I was
contestant.
to be the oldest one out there and make it down to 5th place. For me personally, it was never about the money and being out there. I even made that statement right from the very start of the thing, and the overall experience was really something that I will never ever forget.
At any point, Roger, did you realistically think you could win it all?
If I didn't think I had a chance of winning, I really wouldn't have actually ever gone out there. I found that I was not as good at actually playing the game, you know, where there's sometimes lying and forming alliances and backstabbings, and that is just part of the game, as Mad Dog says, the GAME. I was not as good at that part of it, but as far as the actual survival part of it goes, I was probably one of the better ones out there.
When you jumped off that cliff, you couldn't swim, you were afraid of heights.
Yes.
Was that a big moment for you?
Yes, for me that was probably one of the biggest moments of my life, to tell you the truth, because I knew before we ever went out there from Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, when we read the tree mail, I knew it was going to be a jump off a cliff, but I figured well, it'd be 12 or 15 feet, and we got out there and it was between 50 and 60 feet. And I had just came off our diving board a week and a half before we left to go to Australia, and our diving board's about 3 feet up off the water. And we've had to swim the pool for 10 years, and I'd never been off the diving board before until, like I said, a week and a half. So luckily, my daughter and son-in-law had taught me to do that, and you know the principle's the same, I guess. If you're going off in 3 feet dive border off of
scary looking down there.
Yes, it was. I got the impression that it would probably be myself and Elizabeth, not necessarily in that order, would be the next two to be voted off. Well, Tina mentioned which one I felt needed the money the worst, myself or Elizabeth. After Colby and Keith had their little spat there over the rice, I had talked to Colby and told him, I said maybe this Olga Corps alliance isn't quite as strong as what I had originally thought. And I told him, I said I'm not ready to leave out here. And I said I think Elizabeth's going to be voting for Keith. One more vote, would probably do Keith in. And then I went on to tell him, I said, but no matter how you vote, I said, when this is all over, I'll still shake your hand once we get out of here. Right. See you, kiddo. I felt like it was either going to be me or her, and maybe she can go ahead and survive on now farther. And no, I have no regrets whatsoever. The last thing that my family told me when I went out there, they said, just go out there and be yourself. And I had went out there with intention. I thought that I could play the game. The game involves maybe backstabbing, some lying, and things of this nature. And it is a game, and everybody knows that that's the rules of the game. Although I felt I had given it my very best shot, and I'd gone just about as far as I could have. And all things said, I'm very well pleased.
Elizabeth Filarski.
Through tribal council, I sat there and I had the nerves. I got the butterflies. So maybe they won't vote me out. It was definitely strange to watch, but very interesting. I love seeing the parts that we didn't get to see. When Colby was with his mom, and I love seeing how it was edited and how it all unfolded. It was emotional. The past two ones are emotional, or I'm sure everyone is saying the past, 39 days have been emotional for you, Elizabeth.
This is the most challenging thing I've ever had to do on a daily basis. It's not the games, it's not the reward challenge. Those are hard in themselves. Like, they'd be hard anywhere. Living here day to day, those are the real challenges.
Elizabeth, the tribe has spoken.
I have no regrets about how I played the game. I felt good, and I felt that I took myself as far as I could.
You don't think maybe you and Roger, once you found yourself outnumbered, could have gone over to the other side, recruited Amber, and made it maybe more of a 3-on-3 competition?
At the time, you never really know what someone else is thinking, and Amber at the time hadn't displayed strong feelings.
Former Survivor
You
contestant.
couldn't really trust what she was thinking
Amber,
at the time. So
administration's assistant.
And really, the only thing I could rely on at the time was Roger, and the fact that anyone from Kucha would be voting for someone on Olga Corps.
Yeah.
And that's it. So to try and put trust in Amber at the time just wasn't a good idea.
You and Roger are still pretty close, aren't you?
Oh yeah, Roger and I talk all the time. He called me this week. He was giving me directions around New York. Just take a ride down the street, and if you need lunch, I just about had lunch every day at this one place. So even now, he's taking care of me.
What did you expect coming in, and how was it different?
I definitely did not expect the hunger. Did not at all. Did not expect my body to just give out on me. I mean, my legs just couldn't carry me anymore. And, I expected, because I'm competitive, to go far, but I didn't expect that in going far it would take such a toll on me. And I didn't expect the missing, the longing for people at home. It kind of blindsides you when you're out there. But I think it's coming across really, really clearly to everyone that we were starving. I mean, I'm so whiny on the show that it's just like, can someone throw that girl a muffin?
I was going to mention that. You cry a lot.
Hey.
You cry a lot.
I'm an emotional person. I mean, I'm competitive and I'm an athlete, but when it comes down to it, I'm an emotional person. And, I said to myself, I've taken a lot of heat from it. I won't mention any names, but, I've taken a lot of heat for that. I said to myself, I'd rather be a sap than a stone. And I'm a sap. I am. My emotions rule me, and that's fine. My strategy was, if I could make it to the final two, I had played the game so straight. I had not deceived anyone. You know, when I was going to vote for someone, they knew it. You know, walking to tribal council, Deb knew that she was my vote that first time.
Yeah.
Kimmy knew what the situation was. I tried to play a very clean game, and I think that that's the way I would describe it, clean.
Keith, family.
If you stop and think about it, I was the last person to leave. So when I went back to the safe house, I was only there for a few hours, actually. And I guess I was somewhat of a swing vote. I could have gone either way.
Was it uncomfortable to sit there and watch that last night?
Oh, sure, absolutely. I mean, at the same time, first of all, it is a game. Second of all, I mean, I guess the best way to put it is you take two guys, throw them in a field to camp for a week, they have a great time. Second week, they're still having a great time. By the third week, things get a little edgy. By the fourth week of camping, anytime you put two guys out there, stuff's going to happen. And, you know, Colby and I have become great friends over this. But at the same time, it was, you know, we had our tensions. But we set out with a goal, and I was fortunate to be a part of that. And I look back on it as really fortunate. I mean, there was three of us, and we went in and we dominated. We stayed as a team from the very beginning, and we held it as long as we could. There's no way that at some point that wasn't going to come apart. And the bond between Tina and Colby is stronger than Colby and myself. There's nothing wrong with that. If I had won immunity, I would have probably picked Tina to be with me too.
You would have?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. It's realistically, that's real. We talk about it. It's so funny. She would have been the winner either way.
Was there any scenario, Keith, in which you could envision yourself winning this thing?
You know what? If I tried to play non-confrontational as much as possible, but you know, at different stages of the game, it just became confrontational. And when you become confrontational in this game, flags go up. Tina played it better than anybody. Colby was really politically great. I mean, first of all, he's very athletic. And he's like a gladiator out there, so people look up to him. And he was perfect. I mean, as far as political. I got in some scenarios and situations. As much as I tried to avoid them, I still got into them. That creates public opinion in relation to people out there.
Why did you rub so many people the wrong way?
I wouldn't say I rubbed that many people the wrong way, but I rubbed a few people. You know, let's just count them. So we got Mitchell. Well, Nick, you know, there are certain elements. I never go back.
Jerry.
Well, Jerry doesn't count. Does that one count?
Okay. Jerry. Elizabeth. There were a few.
Yeah, Elizabeth is standing on the
All right, how come? You tell me.
Well, you know, I think, you know, it's maybe for certain personality. You know, I think that being able to keep things in check. I mean, Colby rubbed me the wrong way, but he rubbed very few in the wrong way. He was able to keep things in check, you know, a lot easier. My situation was a little more difficult, not difficult, but different. Just from the food standpoint, I immediately was put under a magnifying glass. It was a little rougher.
Colby Donaldson.
Remember a couple of weeks ago when Colby talked about, what am I going to do? Do I want somebody there at the end who deserves the money? Or do I want to sit next to somebody who I think I can win?
You're right. I mean, that's the part that really floored me.
Yeah.
But it's just like Tina said, it wasn't about the $1 million. And I know that's hard for people to believe, but we really felt like we had won. We felt like we had beat everyone at that point.
Colby Donaldson, Survivor running-up.
We celebrated that night. That was it for us. We decided a long time ago to play this game together, and we did.
You know, we're still trying to deal with this idea that
I think everyone is.
Yeah, are you?
No, absolutely not.
You're not?
I'm not, and you know, I've had to live with this decision ever since I made it back at the very beginning of December, and I haven't missed a night of sleep since.
You basically, am I wrong? You basically gave up $900,000. Do you look at it that way?
No, not at all. I played the game as hard as I could, and there was a point at which where Tina and I decided to play the game together, and we did that all the way down in the end, and we made an agreement. If one of us won immunity, we would take the other one in with us, and that's what happened. And I did that, and I think she would have done the same.
Why isn't there something wrong with the game that you thoroughly dominate? I mean, you won every reward challenge, you won every immunity challenge. I mean, you had the game in your hands, you won everything and didn't win the game. Isn't that a little bit like a guy going out and playing golf, making 18 holes in one, he doesn't win?
Well, I don't know. I don't see it being a fault with the game at all, because of so many dynamics being involved with it, and especially when you have a jury like this that's sitting across there, and they determine, because they've been there and they've played with all of us. They determine who wins, and that's where the true winner comes out, and the person that really deserves to win that money
Survivor contesting. Tina Wilson.
At the end of any game, there can only be one winner, and in the Outback, that winner was Tina Wesson, who proved to be the ultimate survivor. She was joined in the end by Colby Donaldson, with just one vote separating the two, after the tribe had spoken for the last time. Before Tina was able to claim her championship, a trio of castaways played an all-important endgame that finished with Tina on top, Colby Donaldson as runner-up, and Chef Keith Famey relegated to the jury. How much of the win do you credit to Colby?
I'd say 70%. If he had not voted for me instead of Keith, there's no way I would be there. So much of it's luck. A lot of it's strategy, but you look at Mike Scoopin, had he not fallen into the fire, Kucha probably would have gone up and kicked us off one by one. So there's a lot of luck, a little bit of strategy.
Ultimately, why'd you bond with Colby instead of Keith?
Colby and I, we just got a certain amount of competition and competitive nature about us that I saw in Colby that I didn't see in anybody else out there. And I recognized it up front and honed in on that, and I think that he saw the same thing in me.
You kind of recoil at the use of the word ruthless. You don't see yourself that way, do you?
No, sir.
Does any part of you see that streak that so many attribute to you in the way you played the game?
No, I think if you're strategic is one thing. Ruthless is another. You know, ruthless might be Richard Hatch. But I think more strategic would be a better word for me.
I think I know the answer to this. I mean, he won immunity, and he nuked Keith. Keith said if he had won, he was going to nuke Colby. Can I assume that if you'd have won, you'd have nuked Keith?
Yes. For us, winning was not the $1 million. Winning for us was getting down to be the last two of this game. And actually, that night, after Keith left, we went back to camp, and we said, game over. All the pressure was gone. It was like a sigh of relief. We won the game. And we honestly 100% felt that way.
You told me your son gets a new dirt bike.
Yeah.
Now, your daughter gets a shopping spree.
Yeah.
What does Dale get?
He wants a plane.
A plane?
I'm going to have to go on Survivor 3 to earn enough
Tina's
money for those
family.
people.
Have you thought about how life's going to change now?
No. I know it's going to be unlike anything I ever expected or even imagined. And I really don't know what that entails because I've never been down this path before.
You ready to be a celebrity?
I'll do the best I can. That's all I can say.
Oh, that's it. Wow. Huh. What did you think of that long movie?
Yeah, can you let Michael, please?
Not right now, because I have to rewind the tape, because the sun's going down.
That's a break. Come on, buddy. Please.
Daddy.
Please.
Not now.
You are horrible.
No, stop.
Horrible bully.
Stop. Stop.
Bully.
Stop.
Bully.
Stop.
Bully.
Stop.
Bully.
Stop.
Oh.
Stop. Stop.
Wow, is it your birthday?
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Oh, too bad. I'm gonna give it right to be a bully. Good night.
Don't turn off the lights. I need them. Daddy, no! Leave the lights alone.
Okay, Michael. Bully.
Be quiet. Quiet. Call mommy. Hi, Mommy.
Hello.
We had such a good time. We watched 2 Survivor movies.
Okay.
Both of them are 2 hours and 37 minutes long.
Yeah, you're done, right?
Yeah, because it couldn't make it to 2 hours and 50 minutes. It's just like the one from Mission Impossible 2 regular edition. Yeah.
Okay, sweetie. Well, I'm upstairs on the second floor.
Okay, second floor. I'll be right there.